In this tutorial, we will review the Racine Garden Club discussion forum. The purpose of a discussion forum is for members to be able to communicate with one another during the month. It's a place on the site where we can post photos, we can ask questions, and really have a general communication about gardening throughout the month. There's two ways to access the discussion forum. The first way is by the link at the top of the site called Gardening Discussion Forum, shown here. And then the second way is the right-hand navigation on the side where it says Gardening Discussion Forum here for members. So once we click that, we're going to be presented with the discussion forum. Now, any person, even that's not a member, can see the discussion forum, but in order to reply or post there, we need to log in. So let's go ahead and do that. So if we look at the top right hand corner of the site, we have our member login button. If we click that, we're going to be able to log in. Let's put in our username and our password and click login. Now, to get back to the discussion forum, we'll click on Gardening Discussion Forum here under the For Members menu. And as we can see, we have broken this down into three main areas: general gardening discussion, garden photography, and non-gardening discussion. Let's review the topics underneath each one of these. We have an Ask the Experts area where if you've got questions about your garden that you want to ask other members, you can post those questions here, and hopefully our other members will respond back with their expertise to answer your questions. We have a Wish and Share corner if you've got extra plants that you want to share with someone, or if you're looking for a particular plant, this is where you can post those requests. We have a Name That Plant area. Maybe you've got a plant in your garden that has sprung up and then you actually don't know what that plant is. By posting a photo here, you can have the other members use their expertise to help you find out what that plant actually is. We have a section dedicated to native plants and native plants exchange. We have one dedicated to small spaces or urban gardening, which is becoming very popular. We have something for container gardening. We have a section for perennials and annuals. And then we also have a book recommendation area. So if you've got a particular book, gardening type book that you want to recommend, this is where we want to recommend that to the other members. Under the next section, the garden photography, we've got two sections here. The first one is our Racine Garden Club garden walk photos. So every year, annually, we have our garden walk. We want to make sure that someone in our group is taking a lot of pictures of our garden walk so we can show off the gardens that we do walk, and that we can show those to the members and the potential members to the Racine Garden Club, and we can post those photos right here. Second, we have Post Your Garden Photos. We want all members to be able to take the pictures that they use from their garden using their digital camera, post those photos here for other garden members to see. Lastly, we have our non-gardening discussion. We've got an open discussion area really reserved for any type of discussion outside of gardening, anything that you want to share with the members. And then we have a favorite recipes area. Any recipe that you want to share with the garden club members, here's a great place to do that. Now let's take a look at some of the postings that are there. There are a few postings that are there. Let's take a look at the Ask the Experts. There is a rose question here by Susan B. And let's take a look at Susan's posting. If we click on the link here, Susan asked the question, when do I start putting banana peels around the roses? How often do I put them on? So if I want to reply to Susan, I can click the reply button here, and I can reply. I put them down about once per month starting in May. Now, that's probably not the correct answer, but that's how I'm going to respond. And if I wanted to put with my posting, if I wanted to put a photo, I can add that photo here by clicking the Browse button and then locating that photo on my hard drive and then putting in description of each photo. And with each posting, I can put up to 5 photos with each posting. Now in this case, I'm going to click Save and add that posting to Susan's reply, and you can see the system comes back and says your post has been saved. And now when Susan comes to see her question here, she can also see the answer. Let's return to the front page of the forum by clicking the garden discussion forum link here. Let's take a look at our garden photography area. Let's go to the postings that we have here under Post Your Garden Photos. You can see that we have 10 postings there. Let's take a look at Susan's flowers here. And Susan has posted 3 photos of her flowers. By clicking the photo, we will get an enlarged version of that picture. And then to close that, we click the top right hand corner close button. Now if I wanted to reply to Susan to tell her I like her flowers, I can hit reply. And I'm going to send Susan a note on her flowers and say, loved your photos. And then I can go down to the bottom and click the save button. And now when Susan comes to see that, she's going to see my reply to her posting. So let's go back to the top page of the discussion forum. And let's go through an example of posting to the forum ourselves. So let's say we have a question that we want to ask our experts. Let's go to the Ask the Experts area. And I want to put a posting here. In order to put a new posting myself, I'm going to click the New Thread button. The New Thread means a new posting. And I can put my subject here. And let's say my subject is going to be, how do I rid my garden of garlic mustard? And I'm going to put in some text there. Just to tell the member a little bit more about my problem, I'm going to say my garden is full of garlic mustard. How do I get rid of it? Pull or treat. So do I want to pull it or do I need to treat it with something? And I'm going to skip the pictures. I don't want to post a picture of my garlic mustard, and then I'm going to click the save button. And the system will come back and say your post has been saved. And now I hope that someone comes by and clicks reply and gives me the answer to my question. Let's go back out to the top of the discussion forum again. And let's go through an example of how to post a photo on the Post Your Garden Photos area. I'm going to click New Thread. And then I'm going to fill in my subject here. And I'm going to post a tiger lily picture. Okay. Please find the ant in the photo. And you'll see what I mean by that in a moment. I'm going to go down to image 1, click the browse button, and then I'm going to locate on my hard drive where I have that particular photo that I want to post. So I'm going to click that, click open, and I'm going to put a name to my photo. Okay, the tiger and the ant is the name of my photo. And then I'm going to click the Save button. The system is going to come back and say your post has been saved. And again, if I click on the photo, it's going to enlarge that for you, and you can see my ant in the photo here that I've taken. Close that by clicking the top right hand corner. And then people can reply to my photo by clicking the reply button. So as you can see, the Racine Garden Club discussion group can be a great way to communicate with people and share photos, to ask questions, and to help other members out. I hope this tutorial will help you navigate our discussion forum. I hope everyone enjoys this part of the site. This will conclude our tutorial on the Racine Garden Club discussion group.